Grace Apostolic Church, who I do not see, but if we don't see him in time, then I'm going to defer to Councilmember Anderson to give words of inspiration because they're kind of connected in a little bit. So, Pledge of Allegiance, please.
Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And so,
Wade's not here yet? So.
nope, he's not doing a hat trick for us. So.
Lord, we thank you for this day and this opportunity to gather together, Lord. We ask you to bless these proceedings and lead us and guide us in all things. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Milan.
I'm here.
Councilmember Anderson.
Here.
I knew that. Councilmember Sampson.
here.
Councilmember Shepard.
Here.
That has a quorum, Madam Mayor.
Wonderful, thank you. First item on the agenda would be approval of the agenda, but I'm going to hijack the agenda right off the bat to say welcome to Joseph Raker, our brand new city manager who has survived now 2 days. And he's smiling, and we're very happy that you're here, so thank you. We'll allow you time to speak later under city manager's report. Thank you. So, would someone like to make a motion for approval of our agenda?
Mayor, I move the agenda be approved as presented. Support.
Great. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Anderson.
Yes.
Mayor Milan.
Yes,
Councilmember Sampson.
Yes.
Councilmember Shepard.
Yes.
We're approved.
thank you. Next thing on the agenda will be public comment for items that are on the agenda. If you would like to speak for items that are on the agenda, you may make your way to this little podium, state your name, and we'll give you a few minutes to share.
I feel like saying, hi, I'm sorry I missed the last 2 meetings. I was out of town. I'm back. My name is Donna Hughes, 476 East Baker. Regarding items on the agenda item 10B. As noted in the request by Penny Lubes, please be sure that all the advertising and banners indicate that this is not really a farmer's market, but indeed her revised title of craft and flea market with farmers. Agenda item 10E. I hope you have all read all of the documentation from the 3 prospective firms for researching the water and sewer rates. I did. I noted a tremendous number of people from all 3 companies with financial and accounting experiences and degrees. But what occurs to me is, where are the engineers? The people who design, construct, and improve the mechanical systems being analyzed. The integrity of these systems is also under review, physically, mechanically, and fiscally. My question is, who within these companies has that particular experience? I don't know the answer. It's just something that you may want to think about when you're perusing these companies. In regards to this same water and sewage rate study, maybe this was discussed last meeting, but I didn't see it in the minutes. Is this water and sewage rate study to include a review of past rates with respect to residents versus businesses? That's question number 1. Question number 2 is, what about Highland Park and their non-payment of bills being divided between the other members of the Great Lakes Water Authority? Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who'd like to speak for items on the agenda?
Sue Moffett, 726 Drian. I see that you're again going into closed session to discuss the George's lawsuit against the city of Claussen in regard to the action that took place on November 3rd, placing him on council against the city's wishes. And I just want to remind everybody sitting up there that as a community, we've spoken several times. We've spoken loudly. The number of people, although they're not present here, they have spoken in the past, signed an online petition letting all of you know that we do not accept any solution to this court case that allows Mr. Georges to be seated on the dais. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Susan Phillips, and I've lived here in Claussen since 1978, and I just want to agree with Susan Moffett that clearly on November 2nd, the vote, and I'll just review it, Bruce Anderson had 1363, Glenn Shepard 1212, Scott Tinlin 795, George Georges 730, Nathan Hara 551, and Stacy Gamal 482. There's just no reason for George Georges to have been appointed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Andrew Hodges. Hey, I just ran into Councilman Georges about a week ago, and he told me that he offered binding arbitration for this case, and I just kind of wanted to give my opinion on that, because binding arbitration means that there's no appeal on either side. That's it. And it's less costly, and it can be done probably within a month. I mean, you can get arbitration done a lot sooner than you can do trial, because trial's set for probably October. And then that's if you actually even get in October, because most likely you guys might be pushed back for even a later date. And then the cost for a trial is a lot more expensive than arbitration. So you're talking about more cost and a longer time for this to be put to rest. So I hope that you guys will accept the binding arbitration so we can get this over and done with. Thank you.
Thank you. Would anyone else like to speak for items on the agenda? Okay, then we will close public discussion for items on the agenda and move on to the next item, which would be consideration of approving the following consent agenda. Minutes of the regular city council meeting held on Tuesday, March 1st, 2022, as presented. Receive and file the July 1st, 2020 through June 30th, 2021 comprehensive annual financial audit, and the list of bills as presented in the amount of $929,828.49.
Mayor, I move the consent agenda be approved as presented.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Milan,
Yes.
Councilmember Sampson,
Yes.
Councilmember Shepard,
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson.
Yes.
We are consented.
Thank you very much. Next item would be presentations and proclamations, of which we have none this evening. And then we move on to public hearings, which we also have none. So we're going to move into new business. First item on our new business would be consideration of approving the special event permit request by the Friends of the Blair Memorial Library to conduct their first annual Blair Bazaar. The Friends of the Blair Memorial Library are requesting to conduct an event at the Blair Memorial Library in their parking lot on Sunday, May 22nd, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. They will be present to answer any questions.
Madam Mayor, I move the special event permit request from the Friends of the Blair Memorial Library for the Blair Bazaar be approved for May 22nd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Support.
I don't even have to say anything.
Like you.
That's even better. Because everybody else gets up here and hollers at you guys.
What?
Right. You got any good things to say?
No hollering.
We'd be happy to hear if you have more information you'd like to
Well, I just wanted to
present.
remind the city council that all of the programs that the library puts on is funded by the Friends of the Library and private donations. The city contributes nothing to the programs. So that's what we've been doing with our book sales and everything, and then we couldn't have book sales for a couple of years, so we're trying different ideas. So we appreciate the support.
We
and we also-
appreciate all that you do.
Appreciate the support of being a member. It's very reasonable.
So there's food trucks? Is that the
We're
pressure?
working on getting 2 food trucks.
Thanks.
And a pork chop.
Ooh, a lot of
We're
it.
trying to get a colonoscopy specialist to sponsor our pork chop.
That's brilliant.
Yeah,
PTSD. Oh, man.
So, any other questions for us?
Nice to advertise.
I think that left them kind of speechless, which was pretty brilliant. I might have you come back.
It depends on the food trucks, right? So,
Well, it's CrossFit, so. No other questions?
No other questions?
No.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very much. So we need to vote on it?
Councilmember Sampson?
Yes.
Councilmember Shepherd?
yes.
Councilmember Anderson?
Yes.
Mayor Milan?
Yes.
We're bazaring.
We look forward to Sunday, May 22nd from 10 to 2. Make sure you go and support this great event. Next item on the agenda is consideration of approving the request by the Clawson Farmers Market to use the Clawson City Park to hold their 2022 events. The Farmers Market is requesting to hold their 2022 season at the Clawson City Park on the dates provided in their provided documentation from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Mayor, I move the request to conduct the Clawson Farmers Market at the Clawson City Park be approved as presented.
I'll support it.
Okay. I know Penny Lubes is at the Oakland County State of the County, Oakland County of the county, because it's not really a state, right? So, well, it is a state, but yeah. So she's there this evening and not able to be with us. So I don't know if anyone has any questions about this. It was pretty easy. There's dates and an event, and we want to support it. So let's vote on it, please.
Councilmember Shepherd?
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson?
Yes.
Mayor Milan?
Yes.
Councilmember Sampson?
Yes.
Great. Thank you. So
We're
we
good.
will be having farmers market / craft shows at the park on
And flea
dates to
market
be
with
advised
farmers.
later. Next thing on the agenda would be consideration of approving the request by the Claussen Youth Assistance to hold a trick-or-treat trail at Clawson City Park. The Claussen Youth Assistance is requesting to hold their annual trick-or-treat trail on October 23rd, 2022, from 6 to 8 p.m.
Mayor, I move the request by the Clawson Youth Assistance to conduct their trick-or-treat trail at the Clawson City Park be approved as presented.
Support.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Anderson?
Yes.
Mayor Milan?
Yes.
Councilmember Sampson?
Yes.
Councilmember Shepherd?
Yes.
I see Councilmember Moffett is here, and I called you Councilmember Moffett. Sorry, Citizen Moffett is here this evening, who also happens to be on the Youth Assistance Board, not anymore. Look at all these things I'm learning tonight. Wow, sorry.
Talk about the trick-or-treat trail.
That was the whole option. If you'd like to discuss the trick-or-treat trail, for those who may not be familiar with it.
It's just a great opportunity for the kids to come out. They also have different organizations that set up on the perimeter of the park to give out candy. Some of them do really elaborate setups with all kinds of Halloween-themed stuff. People come from all around. At my last job, people would come from Sterling Heights, whatever. It's a great opportunity to showcase the city. So it's a really, really fun event for everybody.
Thank you. And it's a great sign that the world is going back to normal, that we are planning events out in public. So I don't know about you, that's really hopeful to me. So we're going to have a trick-or-treat trail. The next thing we're going to do is consideration of approving the deficit elimination plan and filing it with the Michigan Department of Treasury. The state of Michigan requires a deficit elimination plan be submitted in accordance with Act 140 of 1971. The attached deficit elimination plan is attached. The attached plan is attached.
Mayor, I move the proposed deficit elimination plan be approved and filed with the Michigan Department of Treasury.
Support.
Thank you. Would anyone want to speak on that? Do we need to say anything other than we have to do it, and do you have any information?
It's a required thing, right?
It's required, and I think it was explained in the workshop with the audit, and this clears it up with the state. This does have to be filed, and resolution by council in order for that to happen.
Okay,
Does it-
perfect.
Did it just go for the last year, or does it go for a couple of years back?
It covers the last year that was audited.
That's correct, yes.
Okay.
If there's no more questions, we'll have roll call, please.
Mayor Milan?
Yes.
Councilmember Sampson?
Yes.
Councilmember Shepherd?
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
We're eliminated.
Consideration of contracting the lowest qualified bidder to conduct a water and sewer rate study. On behalf of the City of Claussen, AEW solicited requests capable of conducting the water and sewer rate study. The services provided will consist of updating the city's water and sewer rates starting in fiscal year 2023 and projecting 5 future years. In general, all quotes received included the cost to meet with the city, requests on review of historical information, developing a model and run scenarios for 5 future years, meeting with the city to review preliminary findings, hosting a city council work session, and providing final deliverables to the city. As the lowest qualified bidder, it is recommended that the city of Claussen contract with Raymond to conduct the water and sewer rate study.
Mayor, I move that the lowest qualified bidder, Raymond, be contracted to conduct the City of Clawson water and sewer rate study be approved as presented.
Support that.
I see Trevor's here. Trevor, would you like to add anything for this, or someone?
Unless there's questions.
Does anyone have any questions?
Who's your engineer? They're going to oversee.
Well, it says in there that they will work with the city.
Anyone?
The only question I had, I think it's relatively minor, is that they had a not to exceed, but at the same time, it seemed to be an out, that if they run into any unforeseen circumstances, that they have the right to be qualified to adjust those, that total amount. I just want to make sure that that's what I saw.
Standard.
Yeah, the other ones didn't have that. That's the only reason why. I think other than that, I was fine with it.
So Trevor, you went with lowest bidder, which, of course, that's why we take the quotes, but could you give a little bit of information on why it's not just the price? The price alone is not the only reason we're selecting Raymond.
Right, it's also because they have done similar work with communities in this area.
Thank you.
So that was a big part of it. It wasn't just price.
They also had a date, the 22nd, was that, or the 30th, I think it was? I don't have it in front of me. It seemed like it was a hard stop date that they would not go past. The others were based off of time required. I think total time for, I don't have it, my notes in front of me, was 95 hours. I want to say that was Plant and Moran, if I'm not mistaken. But they were in the middle, shall we say, right? But they're also they didn't seem to have any language, so I saw that didn't say that they would revisit anything to go over that cost. That was a hard stop at what their price was at, I think, $30,000, but.
Right, so I think that the amount of time that they plan on doing that is what they think it's going to be.
So now that if we move forward with approving this, the first meeting, they're ready to go as soon as we say, okay, bring them in?
That's correct. I actually have the schedule in front of me, and I think the final report issued, what you're referring to, is June 30th.
Okay.
So,
Yep, thank you. Okay.
Any other questions? Trevor looks like he wants to answer a question. If you guys have one.
I think the only other thing is that we want to make sure that we get the most detail possible out of this, right?
Yeah.
So as long as that it's not something that is, that's above and beyond what the quote for this bid was. That's, want to make sure that that's, the minimum accepted is a level of detail that everyone can be in agreement with.
Right, and that was part of it, is the fact that they have done similar studies.
Okay.
Okay, if there are no more questions, let's have a roll call, please.
Councilmember Sampson.
Yes.
Councilmember Shepherd.
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson.
Yes.
Mayor Milan.
Yes.
Good to go.
So we will contract with Raymond to conduct our water studies, water and sewer rate studies moving forward. Thank you very much, Trevor.
I'll stay here.
Going to stay there? All right. So probably wise, unless you're watching your steps today. The next item on the agenda is consideration of approving the agreement between the City of Claussen and the Board of Road Commissioners of Oakland County to resurface Maple Road from Crooks Road to Livernois Road. Oakland County and the City of Claussen have programmed the resurfacing of Maple Road from Crooks Road to Livernois Road. The proposed project is estimated to cost $122,104 split among the Board of County Road Commissioners, City of Claussen, and the Oakland County Board of Commissioners.
Mayor, I move the agreement between the City of Claussen and the Board of Roads Commissioners of Oakland County to resurface Maple Road from Crooks to Livernois Road.
This is Bartet.
Okay. Madam Mayor, I do have a question on this. That stretch of road is the boundary between Claussen and Troy.
Correct.
How do they fit into the picture?
So Troy is also paying for their side.
Okay, so this is,
And it's not just that mile, it's longer, so Troy's paying for a lot more than we are.
I noticed in the agreement, it stretches all the way from Rochester to Coolidge, I think. So this is just our piece of it then.
Right.
They have a completion date.
Completion date, I don't recall seeing one. I think it's gonna be over the course of 2 years, though. So I don't think they're doing the whole thing in 1 year.
So what's the extent of the work? Are they tearing out existing pavement or just paving over what they have?
I believe they're removing and repaving.
Okay.
So it's basically a mill. They're gonna mill it and then repave it.
Will it be a concrete surface or an asphalt
No,
surface?
it'll be asphalt again.
Anyone else? Okay, roll call, please, and thank you,
Councilmember
Trevor.
Shepherd, sorry. Councilmember Shepherd?
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson?
Yes.
Mayor Milan?
Yes.
Councilmember Sampson?
Yes.
New road.
Great, thank you. So the city is going to chip in for their portion of that road resurfacing. Thank you. Next thing on the agenda would be old unfinished business. Does anyone have any old unfinished business that we would like to address this evening? Excellent answer. We'll move on to public comments for items that are not on the agenda. If you would like to speak for items that are not on the agenda, please come forward.
Darlene McDaniel, Elmwood, Clawson. I did some checking. I don't know if the new city manager checked on my question from the last meeting on the funds that were supposed to fix the road, Elmwood. I found out that the funding didn't come from the state. It came from the federal government, and it was to fix that road. The only problem is they fixed from Selfridge to Rochester Road. So we have five blocks of ghetto, and I just don't understand why it was done that way. I remember Penny Lubes telling me they ran out of money. That's why that 5 blocks is a mess. But wouldn't it have been more sensible to finish Elmwood from Crooks to Maine and then think about doing Maine to Rochester Road? And I just heard Kevin speak on how much it's going to cost for resurfacing of Maple Road. I can't believe it would cost that much for 5 blocks to resurface and put blacktop on those 5 blocks. It's awful. It's especially by Crooks. It is so bad. Also, I also heard possibly that the new city manager wants to maybe cut the leaf pickup for Claussen. I hope that's not true, because if it is, you'll see a swarm of people in here complaining. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Would anyone else like to speak for items not on the agenda?
Yes, this is Donna Hughes. I have two non-agenda items. This one is regarding water and sewage rates, but not the study. I have been visiting quite a number of homes within the Great Lakes Water Authority region. I have seen many homes with 2 water meters, one for the water used in the home and the other for the water used outside the home. I have been told by someone who answered the DPW phone line that that is not something that can be done in Claussen. And I would like the answer why or why not. Second non-agenda item. I have not seen a DDA agenda or minutes since September 2021. Haven't they had any meetings? I don't know. I was looking for them. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who'd like to speak? Okay, then the next item on our agenda, thank you for your comments all. We will have our city manager follow up with both of those questions at our next meeting. If you'd like a response, we'll do our best to address those. Thank you. You're welcome. Next thing on the agenda would be our city attorney's report. I don't know if anyone noticed, we got a new upgraded city attorney this evening.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I'll introduce myself. I'm Kara Crofton-Velosic. I work with Rennis Newshai. There's nothing to report from the city attorney this week, and Rennis just wanted me to offer his apologies for not being here. He's had a health issues taken care of today, so he should be back next time.
send him our well wishes. Thank you. And then the next thing will be our city manager's report.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Glad to be here for my first meeting. For the record, I have not made any commentary or exclamation that there will be any ceasing of leaf pickup. So wherever that rumor mill started, consider the source. So I have, for follow-up, as noted, the 2-meter question as far as probably for interior and for yard, and then the DDA minutes. So I'll follow up and bring that back to your attention for the next meeting. And I've received a very warm welcome by staff and from the council. By the morning of Thursday morning, I will have had a sit down and a tour of all spaces and all departments, department heads, and everyone in council. So pending any questions, that's my report.
I have a question.
Sure.
Do you have any plans for Memorial Day?
I know a certain council member has a very strong interest in Memorial Day, as do I. However, I would appreciate it if the council would consider charging the administration possibly with coming up with some type of observation.
I'd like to make a motion that we charge them. Throw them on the ground first. With putting on a Memorial Day. Some kind of festivities.
Some type of recognition of sorts?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Will it be choker whites, full medals?
I don't think it'd be anything like that, Master Chief, in this case, but I can come back to the council with a couple different ideas for your consideration.
That'd be nice.
I would ask that whomever it is that usually meets at the gazebo on Memorial Day, they be included in the planning, right? And I don't know who the contact people are. We can get that information to you.
We have a second?
I'll support that.
Okay.
Okay. Councilmember Anderson.
Yes.
Mayor Milan.
Yes.
Councilmember Sampson.
Yes.
Councilmember Shepherd.
Yes.
I'm shocked. It passed.
Come on, you know we like to memorialize things.
I know.
Here.
Like a party.
Any other questions or comments for our city manager? I have one. What was your favorite part of your first 2 days? Give us a highlight.
I have to say I was aghast at the street conditions, just like I was telling Trevor, I'm like, we should have a security system in our office spaces because it's very bad. And so next week and the week after, I'll be working with Trevor and AEW and trying to create some prioritizations along with budget development for this coming fiscal year so that we can get some prioritization and actually get some relief for the residents.
Well, thanks for setting the bar so low, but we appreciate that. That's all of our dream, right? I think Chief Sarvello actually likes the condition of some of our roads because it slows some people down just a little bit in certain areas.
They're rough.
But they are rough. We know that. Okay, that's it on that. Then I will move to city council comments. Councilmember Anderson, do you have anything?
No, one question. I think Scott put out an email about a groundbreaking for World War II Memorial in Royal Oak. Thought that came from you.
It is being sponsored by a group that includes Ethan Baker, Troy Mayer. He
Yeah.
sent it to everyone a few weeks back. I'll make sure you get a copy of it because I know where mine is through the email, but I'll send you a copy of that.
I just wanted to make people aware of that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That they will. I think it's April 7th. Don't quote me on that, but we're in that time frame.
Yeah, I think that went out to all, I may have forwarded if it just came, I'm pretty sure mayor and council, mayor was on it for
Yeah, you
sure.
forward, yeah.
That's the Troy mayor that sent that
Yep.
out.
But we'll publicize that at our next meeting. Remind us to do that. That's an important event. Do you have anything else for us? No?
No.
Councilmember Sampson?
No, I'm good.
Okay, Councilmember Shepherd?
I just wanted to show my appreciation to Mr. Ricker for the time that we spent chatting. I knew probably a little bit longer than expected, but I appreciate it. Thank you.
That was a highlight of mine.
learn about trees.
Of course.
We talked
What are you
about
talking
trees.
about?
Absolutely, we talked about trees.
He'll tell you were his highlight when you asked him.
Of course, it's centered around trees and baseball. Come on. You know that.
So, Jenny, don't be annoyed with me, but I printed the library activities and they're either shoved in the bottom of my bag and I can't find them, or they're on my desk. So Jenny has 2 events coming up. One is a take and make that is something I wanted her to bring so we could pretend to do it right here, but she said, no, we can't do that.
Safety scissors in my office. It's flowers for making tissue paper.
That's what I thought, yes. So if you want to make a tissue paper flower project, go to the library this Saturday from,
11:30 until they run out.
okay, 11:30 till they run out. And I expect someone to go get some and make them and then put them up here for our next meeting, because that will be fun. And then you also have a book club that is on Tuesdays?
Tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow.
It's not Wednesday.
Okay.
Yep. On the second or third Wednesday, depending which one.
Okay, so check the library out for activities if you would like something to do. And also don't forget to support Friends of Blair Memorial Library. You're welcome.
And if you're interested in being a vendor for the May 22nd event at Blair, we'll have forms and you'll be able to check in. We'll put it on Facebook and on the pages tomorrow.
Excellent. And in case you couldn't hear that, if you're interested in becoming a vendor for that event, they're going to put a link on Facebook tomorrow. That'll give you instructions on how you can be part of the event on the 22nd. Was it the 22nd? The 22nd in the parking lot. So lots of good things at the library. Thank you very much for your support. So I was at work yesterday and my boss is like, Junie's my employer, super nice guy, laughs at me doing this stuff sometimes. And he's like, oh, I have something for you. You have to see this. He's like, have you seen this? And I was like, I don't, what? And he's like, Scene. Have you seen Scene? This is Scene. I didn't know what Scene was. So this is a nice magazine. And on the inside, there's a great article on Claussen. It's a Claussen city guide. It talks about places to eat. It has the Blight Distilling Company, White Wolf Japanese Patisserie, Noble Fish, Woodpile Barbecue, The Lucky Duck, Three Cats Cafe, Puma Chug, Claussen Steakhouse, Downtown Charlie's, Sozai. And then it talks about things to do. It talks about the 4th of July celebration, our historical museum, and Parkland Park in the Claussen Farmers Market. Talks about shopping. It highlights Wonderground Magic Shop, Leon and Lulu, the Claussen Antiques, Cultivate Arts, GOB Retailers, and what do you think? And that was it. But great pictures. There's a fantastic pink couch that my daughter would die for because she's looking for one this week. And good pictures of food and the front of the restaurants and stuff. And I just want to say congratulations to all these businesses and to this city that we all call home that has so much to be proud of. So this came in the mail, I don't even know, but it's just a really lovely little publication. I'll share it if anyone wants to look at it. I'll have it up here. But this is just a little snapshot of why we're all here, right? Why you're here, while we're here, because good things like this are happening. So to everyone who's involved at any level, we just want to say thank you. And to all of us who live here and those of you who may be watching, support our local businesses. There are such amazing little gems in this community, and they could use our dollars. So that's my little plug for the evening, but proud to do that. And next thing we're going to do is we have consideration of going into closed session to discuss the litigation for the case of George Paul Georges versus Clawson City Council and the City of Clawson. In accordance with the OMA MCL 15.268, Section 8 of the Open Meetings Act and Freedom of Information Act, MCL 15.243, Section 13(1)G. Are you laughing?
Yes.
Why?
It was a 35-minute meeting.
We're not finished yet. He just jinxed us.
Mayor, I move to go into closed session to discuss the litigation for the case of George Paul Georges versus Clawson City Council and City of Clawson in accordance with the Open Meetings Act, MCL 15.268, Section 8 of the Open Meetings Act, and Freedom of Information Act, MCL 15.243, Section 13(1)G.
Support.
Roll call?
Mayor?
Yep.
Mayor Milan?
Please. Yes.
Councilman Sampson?
Yes.
Councilmember Shepherd?
Yes. Councilmember Anderson.
Yes.
We are adjourned to closed session.
Okay, so we're going into closed session. We will come back when we're finished and close out our meeting. Thank you to everyone who attended this evening. Have a wonderful
going?
Okay, we are back from our closed session meeting regarding.
Are you on?
Yeah.
We are back with our closed session meeting regarding the George's City of Claussen City Council discussion, and we are
Madam
here.
Mayor?
Someone is going to make a motion.
I make a motion that we accept the offer to take binding arbitration.
Support.
Roll call, please.
No, a discussion. It's going to cost the city a lot less to do binding arbitration. It's a lot faster. We don't need to spend a lot of extra money. It's going to be the same result probably. So that's why I want to accept the binding arbitration.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts here instead of in the room. That's nice. Anybody else have any comments? Roll call, please.
Councilmember Shepherd.
Yes.
Councilmember Anderson.
No.
Mayor Milan.
No.
Councilmember Sampson.
Yes.
Tie fails.
Thank you. So perhaps you'd like to give I don't know, I guess we will not enter into, since that does not pass, we have agreed to not enter into arbitration. Our attorney, Mr. McGinnis, will then notify the other side, and we will continue to move forward with the legal system as we originally determined, and stay tuned. That's where we are.
Madam Mayor, motion to adjourn.
Support. Councilmember Anderson.
Yes.
Mayor Milan.
Yes.
Councilmember Sampson.
Yes.
Councilmember Shepherd.
Yes.
Meeting
Good night, everyone.
adjourned. Thank you.